cycle of polythene bags versus paper bags?
Last question first. We do. We have strong science that understands the life cycle of the paper bag. As I said, the paper bag by law is already 60% or more post-consumer recyclable. So it has been through most often in the recycled stream. That is our requirement in San Francisco. That is not a U.S. requirement. So in other cities or states, they do not have that post-consumer recyclable requirement for paper bags. The degradation, the deterioration rate of paper is fractional compared to the plastic bag or polyethylene bag, which takes, as I said, up to 500 years for it to disintegrate. So the preference, of course, is to use neither paper nor plastic. We are on an educational campaign in the city to try to discourage people from using paper as well as plastic. But that educational campaign is not an easy one simply by the government. We're asking the private sector to also assist us. This is something we asked them before, several years ago, before the law went into effect on the ban. It was not, I think, a very solid education, not a very motivating educational campaign by the industry. So when it wasn't as strong as we would like, now we're trying to do it ourselves. And this is a challenge for anybody. If you take away plastic bags, the reflex will be to use paper. And so you have to be sensitive to this, that it's important to have an educational strategy in place to suggest reusable, 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 and get people to understand this. It works remarkably well in Ireland. The nation of Ireland proved in 4 years that once they banned the plastic bag, that they saw an 80% reduction in Ireland in 4 years. It works very well in Germany. Paris and London followed our lead. Once we passed the law here in San Francisco, I was talking to my counterparts in the City Council of London. They passed the law in London, and now Paris has passed the same law. We're beginning to monitor the consequences, positive consequences, of them passing the similar laws over there too.
No more questions for the time being? No, there's one more question, I'm sorry.
Please. Sure.
Good afternoon. What do you use in San Francisco for household waste? What kind of material do you use for your daily organic waste? That's probably for the big black bin liners. And do people separate or source organic matter, organic waste from plastic waste, from glass waste, and so on?
So we have a composting recycling program in San Francisco. Today, in fact, Tuesday, is trash day. So when I take out my trash early this morning, I take out the blue bin, the big blue bin that has all the recyclables. It has, the paper, the cardboard, the tin cans. They go in the blue bin. Then there is the black bin that has the non-recyclable material. And then there is the green bin that we bring out that has all composting. The notion that we had on the plastic bag ban, that's part of the law, is that we were requesting, but we could not mandate, that the grocery stores and the stores replace the virgin petroleum plastic bag, the common plastic bag, with the biodegradable plastic bag. Now, plastic bags, there are alternative plastic bags that are biodegradable, either made from potato or cornstarch. Now, there is an artificial suppression in this country of the alternative plastic bag industry, the potato or cornstarch industry, because they're more expensive. Right now, the common plastic bag could be anywhere about 1 to 2 pennies per bag. The potato or cornstarch bag could be anywhere between 5 cents and maybe 8 cents a bag. But because that industry, petrochemical industry, plastics console, and the grocer industry has strong defense on the inventory of the virgin petroleum plastic bag, they're suppressing the ability for the supply and demand of the potato cornstarch plastic bag. If levels of their production are increased, the cost per bag will come down. If people shift to using that bag is biodegradable. The intention is that if people must use a plastic bag, then hopefully that plastic bag would be the biodegradable bag. You could take that bag and put it in the green bin on Tuesday's trash day, and it could be then put to our composting fill. San Francisco has a waste stream diversion on compost at about 60%, and we're trying to increase it right now. We're one of the few cities in California, but it's expanding though. It's growing, where there's a composting program. And composting is now beginning to pick up rapidly in many cities throughout the state of California.
My question is, in this green bin for composting, can you specify what kind of waste would you put into that green bin for compost?
Anything that's perishable. Anything that is perishable, any food products whatsoever, a biodegradable plastic bag, anything that is perishable, anything that can be certainly, I think, inserted back into the environment, into either for agrarian use or certainly into our soil for composting, is what we will then put into the green bin. On all the bins, there is labels of what you can put in the green bin, what you can put in the blue bin, and what you can put in general in the black bin. There's also labels that tell you what you can't put in them, and they're large labels for each bin. Now, we just passed a law, literally within this month, called mandatory recycling. This is now where we are coming down a little heavy, in the sense that we will now ask San Franciscans to be responsible for the proper sorting of the blue, green, and black bins. If there isn't proper sorting, then we are going to send them, a notice, you need to sort this, and hopefully they will be educated on what proper sorting is. There is a strong trend right now to try to have 100% recycling over the next 20 years. And what's difficult is trying to get renters and property owners on the same page, because recycling is often a chore, a task on property owners. But if they have tenants in their buildings, renters in the buildings, it's not set up in a way where it's uniform. So we're trying to make it so it's more practical, both for renters and property owners, and then put responsibility on both property owner and renters for the proper sorting through the blue, green, and black bin.